local weather with the KX News Storm Team.
Well, let's go ahead and start with a look at the Magic City right now. You can see the fresh tracks on the road. That's Highway 2 there. And I don't see any snow. Most of the snow is actually north, maybe even the north part of town. But at the studio in the south end of town, not much going on. 14 degrees, east wind at 15, so it actually feels like 1 degree below zero. Now, looking at some other temperatures, at least the air temperatures are above zero right now. Some of the wind chills certainly below. But we're looking at a few single digits in the Turtle Mountains and then teens and 20s. And then looking at the wind speed, it's roughly 10 to 20 miles an hour as an average. And it's going to stay breezy. It'll be breezy most of the night. And it's going to be breezy most of the next several days. Now, here's a look at the radar. And it really is kind of working according to plan here, according to what computer models we were using was indicating. And so we'll zoom into the eastern part of our viewing area, which is like Harvey, maybe Esmond sometimes can get us up towards Rugby. But you can see some darker blues here. What you don't see is any of the brown in the radar returns there, which would indicate heavy snow. So we're probably going to be looking at some spots getting an inch, maybe 2 inches of snow. And as we move the radar a little bit further to the north and west, yeah, it's out of Minot. Still some light snow around Glenburn, north of Mohall there. It looks like maybe a couple of snowflakes around Kenmare. And then farther east, this would be real light snow, but still some snow. The radar beam's pretty high up in the clouds over here, so there may be snowing in areas that we just don't see. Now, looking at the next few days, there's going to be areas of freezing drizzle. And here we are, 11 o'clock tonight. This looks just like the radar. And by the time you get up tomorrow morning, and 1, 2, 3, yeah, there's a lot of isobars over North Dakota. And what that really means is, I mean, there's a technical explanation, but what it really means is when you got that many of them over the small area, it's going to be pretty breezy, if not windy. And it's kind of hard to see right here, but during the midday hours, we could actually see some freezing drizzle start to develop. There's little bits of pink here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's little bits of pink there. That would be the potential for freezing drizzle. And then, even more of it there during the afternoon hours, kind of between Bismarck and Minot, it looks like, and over towards Harvey. So it's still showing up there. Not real. It won't be heavy, but it doesn't take much to mess up the roads. And then there's going to be a storm, a Colorado low, moving towards the northeast. Now, the information that we have is this is still going to continue to track towards the Great Lakes, and there might even be some severe thunderstorms in southern Minnesota Saturday night before the colder air gets here. Not saying there will be, but it could. And this seems to be taking more of the snow with it. So the western part of the state may not get much at all out of this next Colorado low with the track that is currently projected to take. So here's the next 72 hours for Dickinson, and nighttime temperatures single digits by Saturday night. Could be just a little bit above zero in Williston by Saturday night. So here are forecasted temperatures tonight. It's going to be breezy, so that means wind chills. And then for tomorrow, 20s and even some 30s. And if you're doing any traveling tomorrow, check the road report, because if there's freezing drizzle overnight, it will impact road conditions. So here's a look at the Bismarck 7-day outlook. And it is going to get colder again next week. So we've got this system in the area over the weekend. Temperatures aren't going to be all that great, but there's going to be some Arctic air moving in probably towards the end of next week, but the sun angle is getting high enough, so the sun's rays are strong enough, it's kind of modifying some of that Arctic air. So yes, it's going to get cold, but it's probably not going to get seriously cold like just a few weeks ago.